Hello, Comrade. Welcome back. Welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Soviet Potato. This is the best Soviet Republic in the world. I don't care. Anyone who says otherwise is a filthy liar. Anyway, speaking about the best Soviet Republic in the whole darned world, I'm very, very hopeful, actually, that we're going to be able to make this Soviet Republic just that little bit more profitable in today's episode. So during the middle of the last episode, I sort of touted the idea of introducing a train loading system over here somewhere, and I've come to the realization that, honestly, I think we're going to have to put in an aggregate train loading here at some point if we're going to want to supply the required quantities of coal to the steel mill over here. Coal is really the thing that is holding us back at the moment, unfortunately. So we're gonna have to try and do that, I think. Yeah, how much coal can we actually store here? 150 tons of coal. I mean, I think that will be more than enough for any one trip. So what I think that we're going to try and do is we're going to try and utilize this single bit of track. Problem is, with a single bit of track, I don't like how it's currently set up. We've got, we've got passing points here and here, but that's not quite good enough. I think the real way that you're supposed to do rail in this game is in a perfectly circular manner, where you have one line exclusively for use of trains going forward and one exclusively for use of trains going backwards. However, I don't think that we have the luxury of having that space here, unfortunately. Okay, how are we going to do things? Well, let's put this in fast forward and let's start clearing up just a little bit of stuff. I know this is really annoying given the fact that I've already done it. However, I actually think that it should be a relatively smooth process. I say that. We'll see, obviously. I'm going to need to delete all of this road and all of this electrical cabling. No, can't do that, apparently. And also, there's now not going to be any depots that can exist around here, but that's fine. Also, we're going to keep... In fact, can we keep that thing up and running? I don't actually think that we can. I was hopeful that maybe we could keep that up and running whilst we're making these changes, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. I don't actually think it's going to take us too long to get the platform in place, per se. It'll just take us a little bit of time to flatten out the bugs and make things work. We never did reconnect this road up here. Not like it particularly matters. I'm actually kind of hopeful that we're going to be able to make a road up and around here. But again, that's a problem for a future potato. The problem right now is we need to get the aggregate loading set up in as swift a manner as possible. And I think that this is going to work. I think that this is going to work. Right. Train aggregate loading. You know what? It's close to working right here, to be honest. In fact, that's very, very close to working. Okay, maybe we won't even need to get rid of this loading, this truck loading place anyway, because if we can keep that, that would be great. Need flat terrain? I mean, oh my goodness, it's actually going to work. Well, color me shocked, to be honest. All right, that is flat. However, is there any way we can move it just a smidgen this way? Ideally, I place that down and then we're able to run a gravel road perfectly next to it. Too much climb? Oh, you will do it down to here. Shocked. I am genuinely shocked that this is working. Okay. Oh my goodness. Is this going to work super perfectly for us? No, it's not. No, it's not. It would be too good if that worked. Building in the way. Take it back a little bit. I'm hopeful. Oh my goodness, that works. That works. Do you know how unbelievably fantastic that is? That works there? That is great. Okay, the next stage is going to be trying to get it across the road here In fact, I think that this is unfortunately going to have to result in a little bit of road modification, but no worries. Okay, and first of all, I think we should probably get rid of a few of these pillars, but we will indeed do that. By the way, I'm hopeful that in this episode, we're going to try and hopefully get onto a little bit of meat manufacturing. That's my real ambition for this episode. Right, delete that. Right. Will this work? Right, you know, that's looking pretty darn good, to be honest. Right. That still allows the pathway to be connected over there, which I quite like. Now, as long as I can get this road... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is actually going to be a lot easier than originally anticipated. And that even works as well. Okay, that's nice. That's a little bonus there. If we get to keep the aggregate loading, then that is, to be honest, the best case scenario for us. So that's pretty nice. Okay, it doesn't like the sharp turn, but that's okay. We'll just bring it back a little bit, and we'll try again. Okay. Now, I can connect it up to the line. However, to the main line over here, although I'm not really sure that that's what we want to do. Is it what we want to do? It's a good question. It's a good question. I'm not entirely sure that it is. How will things work if it is connected up? To be honest, I actually think that we can make this work. Okay, hold on. Give me a second to think this through. Let's split this off. We'll take a third little siding up here, and we'll try and connect this siding up to there. Now, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult one to do. Okay. Try again. Hey, that's good. That's really, really good. So, basically, my logic is that the passing places are still going to work, right? We're still going to have this passing place work completely for passenger engines. This will completely work as well. However, what we're going to do is we're going to put a signal on this bit of track. It's literally just going to be a single signal right there, which is going to say, hey, if there's a train on this bit of track, or if there's a train coming down this bit of track and out into this main bit of track, then stop the passenger trains over here, and let the cargo train through. Okay, that's really, really nice. I'm remarkably happy with how that turned out, and that can quite convincingly just go in there just like that. Okay, that's gorgeous. That's really, really good. And then we're just gonna have a signal right here, because there's only ever going to be one train on this bit of track anyway, so that's perfect. That's really, really perfect. However, it does present us with a slight issue, as we don't actually have any way... Oh no, actually we do have a depot down here. That's going to be a little bit of a pain to get it up to where we need to be. All right, let's build everything and hope that nothing too much ends up falling out and being slightly problematic. Even if these conveyor belts don't slot in perfectly, which I should have checked before I did it. I mean, they fit in perfectly anyway, so that's fine. Even if they didn't, we could always build an engine transfer, so I'm not super worried about that anyway. That's great. That's really, really good. That's really, really good. This works. This works like an absolute dream. We're going to need to try and get a train that is strong enough to pull a whole bunch of coal wagons. How much... which cars do we need? Hopper cars? Hopper cars is indeed what we need. Right, build a whole bunch of those. Diesel locomotive. We'll get the very finest. In fact, no, we can't get the very finest. The engine power on this train is far and away the best that we're going to get. Why do we not have that train in action? Not quite sure why that train is not in action, but hey-ho. Let's sell that vehicle, and buy that. Perfect. Now, that's not very many hopper cars. However, it's going to give us 360 tons of the stuff, which I think is honestly more than we reasonably need. Still not entirely sure why this guy was just chilling out. Potatograd train platform 2. Which train platform is that again? That's not that one. It's this one. No, it's not that one. It's this one? I'm lost. Okay, I've just reintroduced a train into the wild and I don't know where it's going to go. Alright, great. Let's forget about it. I'm not worried about it. If it causes a problem, we'll deal with that then. Because as long as we solve this problem, that's going to be great. Let's, first of all, get it to go to the steel mill. And then let's get it to go to the aggregate loading. Let's get it to unload at the steel mill, unload 100% of everything. And this will load 100% of everything. We want to wait until unloaded at the steel mill. Perfect. Speaking of the steel mill, I think we just got a delivery of something. Not entirely sure what it was, presumably oil. Also, this is a problem. Okay, go to the aggregate loading and just load up with anything. Right. Copy, copy, copy. So we should give a whole bunch of trucks new orders. They're all going to be going into the loading at the moment, but again, it's not really a big problem. We can deal with that in a little bit. You can go. First stop unreachable. I thought that would be the case, unfortunately. So go. Not suitable as stop in the selected route plan. I knew this would be a problem. Can we get you to build a... Oh, it's the stupid power cables that we've got in the way. Right. What I want to do is I want to get a direct route to connect up to here. Great. Do that. Right. Will that now work? Hey, it does actually work. Fantastic. Alright, it worked. It worked perfectly. That's great. I've still got this dumper truck down here because I want to copy the schedule a couple more times. So we can now get all of the coal trucks to fill up at the same location. Coal is still being the problem. But that's okay. This is going to be the last time that that coal is the problem. We have 650 tons of coal available. What is this? This is a fire engine, I think? Oh, no, it's a crane. Nice. Okay, so that crane is going to go into the construction office once we eventually sort things out. Beautiful. Right, now, is this going to be a This is going to be... No, this is not going to be a problem. This train is going to be fine. Beautiful. All right, this is working. This is working. This is great. This is great. This is great. So our coal is still being refined at a rapid rate, to be honest. We could do with some more workers in the coal mine. But hey-ho. Also, I did disconnect some wire, and I'm conscious of the fact that that wire was supplying a whole bunch of stuff over here. Yeah. Let's try and reconnect that, please. Yep, let's do it. Where was it originally connected to? It was over there. Alright. Fine. There we go. And there we go. Perfect. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I mean, it looks like total trash, but it actually might just be fine. Okay. Come on, let's get you sped up. I want to follow this fantastic coal train that I've invested so much time and effort and energy into. In fact, you know what? No, I haven't. That's a complete lie. I haven't actually invested very much time and effort and energy at all. It just all worked remarkably smoothly. Alright, this might be a problem in the future. However, all of these dumper trucks are about to become incredibly redundant. Also, what is this? This is really, really cool. Introduce a new type of vehicle. This looks good, actually. Looks like we might be able to utilize that. Okay. We'll deal with that in a little bit. Let's talk about coal for now. So this should fill up super, super fast. Yeah, look at that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That capacity is going way down. Or that capacity, not the capacity. The stuff in storage at the moment is going to go way down. Okay, 91 stuff. 16% is the quality of the source. It's not exactly ideal, but it is what it is. So we've got a full train. A whole bunch of coal. Let's follow it again. I do love following trains. And I think that this whole system of signals does actually work reasonably well. Right, so this number, the amount of coal should shoot way up because we're going to be storing it all in here, and the train should wait until it's unloaded absolutely everything. Beautiful. Look at that. That is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. In fact, it is so perfect that we're going to need to try and get more workers because we need to try and make steel at a much faster rate. That, to be honest, is the best case scenario for us. Getting more workers is actually not that much more of a difficult thing to do. It's actually reasonably easy. All right, great. And we should maybe start to store a little bit of coal in this aggregate storage as opposed to importing it all constantly. That's great. That's really, really good. Do we have many people waiting at the bus platform? No, we do not. No, we do not indeed. To be honest, I think we need more trains. We need more trains. Oh, no. Why is this a problem? Oh, no. My bad. My bad, honestly. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There we go. Alright. I fixed it. I done goofed, but I now gone fixed it. Okay, great. So, the slight mini mission for the start of the episode, which was to improve coal production rapidly, improve coal production, improve steel production through the transportation of coal, we have done. It was done remarkably quickly, I would hasten to add. It was done with very minimal changes to the road network. In fact, all we had to do was remove an aggregate loading station, and that was all done relatively quickly. We still are running into the problem of not enough coal workers, but there is a way that we can fix that, and that is by delivering more people to this station. And the way that we do that is by buying a bunch of very, very cheap trains to transport people. It's pretty much that simple, to be honest. Yeah, that's looking good. This whole thing is looking good, to be honest. This whole system is actually working reasonably fantastically. I'm not super happy with the fact that we've got a bunch of workers waiting over here, and also we've got thousands of unemployed people in the city as a whole. If we have a look at our population statistics, we can see, where is productive age workers, unemployed workers, that's the one, 1,600 people. So it's not exactly a number to be super proud of at the moment, but it's not exactly terrible. 900 kids in the schoolyard. Yeah, not exactly ideal at the moment. However, could be worse, right? Could be worse. We need to start thinking about selling to the Americans so we can start getting some dollary dues in our pockets. There we go. But, you know, for now, I think that we can be reasonably happy. We're constantly going to be making steel, which is great. Yeah, it's very, very good, in fact. This whole system is working pretty darn smoothly. Yeah, that's great. Really, 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 really happy with that. And it looks like the entire system of people delivery is also working reasonably smoothly, which is perfect. I would like to organize like a big train, like a big shipment of people from here all the way over to here, but I don't think that that is really doable given the sort of unbelievable snakery that we've got going on over here. Yeah, I don't even... I dread to think how we could manage to do this. I mean, is there any way that I can drag a bit of track out here? No, not really. I mean, unless instead of having it curve around, we have it sort of project outwards and then curve around. That might end up being what we want to do, but I'm not super sure. What I do know is that we've got too many people waiting here and not enough uses for the people over in this train station, and also not enough trains coming in. But hey-ho. Anyway, in the last episode, we worked extensively on farming. Has any shipments of resources been made? Somehow, I think not. We're at 95% growing on a field, so that's pretty darn good. Oh, I can't even fit all of this stuff on the screen. We're almost done, actually, on growing one field, and then we're going to be able to start harvesting from a bunch of fields. Stop. I want to click the cross... Okay, this doesn't work. Click the cross button. There we go. So yes, all of these fields are almost done. You do not have an access route. That's on me. That is absolutely on me. Building is in the way. No chance that that'll work. Don't really want to pay a whole bunch of money to flatten a mud road. But whatever. Oh, it works now. Beautiful. Alright, great. There we go. I know I've sort of created a horrific mess, but there we go. Let's see if we can add this field. There we go. Add that field. Building is still out without a power supply, but it doesn't particularly matter. Alright, beautiful. We're going to start the harvesting process very, very soon, and when we do, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be great. Graingrad is going to supply the beautiful city of Potatograd, and you know what? To be honest, this needs to be renamed. I don't know why I've let it go this long without being renamed. This area is going to be Industrograd. Industrograd? Sure. Industrograd. So we've got Potatograd, we've got Industrograd, we've got Oilgrad, which, I mean, it's basically been Oilgrad in all but name. Oilgrad. Perfect. And then, to be honest, this area can get deleted. There we go. Perfect. How good is that? And then we got Universigrad out there. Or Universigrad. Yeah, Universigrad. Beautiful. How are we doing oil production? I haven't checked in oil production in like 15 years or something. We're not doing too badly. Yeah, we're filling up with a fair amount of oil. Fair amount at the time. 300 tons of bitumen. 240 tons of fuel. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm pretty happy with that. That's very, very nice. We do have the prefab factory, which hasn't worked for about 15 years, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Only 128 tons of coal in here, because it looks like we are not delivering enough people to the coal mine. And we're transporting too many resources via truck now. How ironic is that? But we've still got more than enough coal over here, and it is indeed not even iron that's the problem. It's the number of people that we have working over here. So we do need to up our people production, up our people movement anyway. That's something that we do need to worry about, but it's not something that we need to worry about right now because I want to investigate meat making. Yes, let's have a little look at making some meat. We're fine for money. I don't even know why I'm complaining about money. We're doing great in terms of money. Yeah, livestock farm, slaughterhouse, and a meat store. Okay, so a livestock farm is I mean, I don't even know how this works. Is it all just grown? Maximum number of workers, 50. 5 tons of livestock. Consumption at maximum production, 10 tons of crops. Okay, that's actually fine. So we need workers. We need workers, and we need to supply the livestock farm with crops. Just wondering, is it maybe possible that we can get it like out the back here? Maybe just ditch these 2 fields. Do we have any extra ports for factory connections? We don't. Unless we put the meat store like at the very front. Food and crops related. Yeah, unless we put the meat store like here and connect it up via that factory connection. Alternatively, we could just transport the crops via a truck from this cargo station here. But to be honest, I'm thinking that that might be the best course of action in the short term. In the long term, we're probably going to need to expand Graingrad in order to transport more resources, maybe even by train. But the great thing about this is that this road is, I mean, it's pretty wide, so we could definitely put a train stop in here at some point. Yeah, so let's assume that we're going to transport the grain via truck at the moment. Do we maybe want to put the livestock farm over here? If we did that, it wouldn't actually be the end of the world, because we do technically have another output from the road cargo station here, or the warehouse. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's nowhere that I kind of love for this livestock farm or the slaughterhouse. In fact, I'm almost tempted maybe by just like putting down a brand new field. Like we have basically like another Graingrad, but out here, which deals solely with the whole livestock farm production requirements. Does that make sense? What I basically mean is carbon copying this to here, except it is literally for the livestock farm. Either that, or we make sort of a brand new area out here for livestock. In fact, you know what? I feel like that is a very, very good idea. That's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. This is exactly what we're going to do. I've thought it through. I hadn't thought it through originally, but now I have. So what we're going to do is we're going to... what way does this go? So that's going to come out like this. And that's going to go in like that. Perfect. That there, that there, that there, and that there, that there. Okay, so this is going to be our brand new area. We're going to bring this out. This was originally one of the proposed areas for Graingrad, so it actually kind of makes sense that we are going to be utilizing this area for grain production anyway, but this is going to be called Meatgrad. Okay, so round about here, round about here. We're just going to want a little train station here, I suspect. Train platform small, doesn't really need to be that large. Yep. Bop it down there. Bish. Bash bosh. Just as easy as that. Let's get that all built. It's not going to be a particularly expensive endeavor. Let's get a nice little bit of track crossover there. And we will put in a appropriate signal structure. That goes there. What's the appropriate signal structure? I've forgotten. And then we have double signals here and here. Okay, perfect. So that's the sort of transport infrastructure in place. That's the infrastructure which is going to allow us to transport the workers from this currently underutilized station in Potatograd out to Meatgrad. Right. Goodness me, we're on a naming spree today. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's going great. It's going great. Okay, so Meatgrad is now in place. Let's get a slaughterhouse and a... I don't even... What, livestock farm? Is that what it's called? A livestock farm? Yep. In fact, we should probably put down some sort of a semblance of a road network before we place the farms and whatnot. Now, we got to think very, very carefully about what we need here. So, we're in pause mode. That's great. Let's talk about this. So, we need an agro farm. We need an agro farm, and that agro farm needs to supply to a grain storage, which needs to supply to the farm, the livestock farm. So the livestock farm needs to be closest to the train station, as the people are going to walk directly from the train station to the livestock farm. Let's do that there. We can put down a little footpath. Perfect. Just like so. That's going to be great. So that's the only sort of section that we need to have connected, because this is the only section where I believe people will work. So that'll go there. I say that it's the only section where people will work. I think we also need people in the slaughterhouse, don't we? Yeah, so the slaughterhouse will connect up over here, and we need to make sure that, first of all, that is within walking distance of the train station. So we'll get a footpath. Yeah, footpath out here. Some other infrastructure's in the way, really? There we go. Okay, so that footpath over there. So that building should definitely allow us to... I mean, when it's built, presumably it'll work. And then we also need to make sure that the factory connection works perfectly between those two areas. Okay, great. So, the livestock farm is now sorted. That's great. The livestock farm produces animals, which will then be killed in the slaughterhouse. After the slaughterhouse, they go where? Ah, this could present us with a problem, because we're going to need to find some way to store all of the meat output. Food and crops, meat storage. Yeah, so the meat storage will be connected via factory connection. Okay, here's my idea. Let's ditch this, demolish that building. Let's get rid of the path as a consequence as well, because we're not going to need a path connecting that up. Perfect. We can play a little bit. And the slaughterhouse, let's try again. Reposition the slaughterhouse right there. Do that there. Have another crack at the path. Footpath will come down here. Perfect, just like that. Factory connection. Bish bash bosh. Just like so. Meat storage is the next piece of the puzzle. And the meat storage goes in here like this. Right? Meat storage goes in there like that. And then what we do is a road cargo station, which fits in there. Okay, perfect. So as long as all of these bits are factory connectable, then that will all work smoothly. So that's that. Now, before I get too excited and stop building, I'm going to stay in the zone. We're going to have a grain storage right here. And then we're going to have an agro farm right there. Right. Beautiful. So, let's see if it all works. That works. And that works. Okay, so let me detail exactly what we've got going on. We have the Meatgrad Agro Farm, which we're going to place a bunch of fields for in just a second, but don't worry about that for now. Nobody needs to work here. This works on the construction site, but we don't actually need to have any farmers. so to speak, working at the agro farm. Anyway, so that is going to produce grain, which is going to be transferred automatically via the factory connection to the grain storage. And then after that, it's going to be transferred automatically from the grain storage to the livestock farm. Perfect. After the livestock farm receives workers from the Meatgrad train station, it's going to automatically transfer those cattle, presumably, to the slaughterhouse, where they are going to be killed, also with the use of workers from the train station. It's then going to be transferred directly to meat storage, and then from meat storage, it's going to be transferred to a road cargo station. Now, this of course leaves the opportunity to maybe one day get a, I don't know, like a railway station in here. That's definitely something that we can do. It's not something that we really need to worry about too much at the moment. So let's get a road down here and connect that up like so. Perfect. All right, and we'll connect this up as well because we're going to need the agro farm to be connected. You know what, we might as well just connect everything up over here whilst we're at it. All right, do that. Does that not work? Oh. Let me tell you, it's not a huge there was a way to say it's not a huge disappointment that we can't connect that up. I don't believe it's actually required. But there we go. So let's let that build out. Let's see our money slowly but surely drain away. Or should I say fastly but fast drain away. Because that's how fast it is draining away. And then we can also, whilst we're in a money spending mood, it's not often that it happens to me, but it does happen occasionally. I'm going to buy some 3 trains, all going to be running the same route. I don't think that we really need that many workers, to be honest, but hey-ho. Load only workers with, I mean, just don't load the smart people. I say smart people. Everyone's a smart person. Just don't load the people with university degrees. Right. And you can get in, get out, don't care about there. Fine. Right. Copy this. Cross these 2 trains. What am I... Why? Okay, hold on. Stop. Load only workers. Unload everyone. Does that work? That seemed to do just the trick. Right, let's get everyone started here. First stop is unreachable. Oh boy, I love it when this happens. Just absolutely adore it when this happens. Yeah. Okay, look, just go to that stop. In fact, no, just delete both. Just delete both. We'll just try again. Honestly, jeez Louise. View area that might be an issue. Yeah, you don't say. That is an issue. That area. It's kind of a cool feature, actually. Let's do Meatgrad first. Meatgrad is fine. Just unload people at Meatgrad and then refill over here. This is just a load job. Don't load students. Don't load passengers. Don't load people with a university degree. Yeah. All right. That works. That works perfectly. Great. Just as I knew it would. And you know what? We're actually still making money. How are we making so much money these days? I feel almost bad. Is it because of our steel production? Has that ramped up so considerably? Are we now out of iron? No, we've still got loads and loads of iron. We need more workers. That's what we need. Where's the trains? Where? Oh, for goodness sake. What's going on here, guys? I thought you were all sensible. What? Where? Where? Why are these trains not operating? Why is this not working out? Alright, apparently it is now. There's always something, isn't there, with the train network? There's always something. I'll never quite understand exactly why. Right. Launch both of these. You launch as well. Great. And what is this? This is a brand new type of vehicle? That is very, very cool, actually. Color me interested. I am actually genuinely interested. Alright, great. So, those trains are now out of the system. Hopefully, we can resume with normal passenger services between, well, the two busiest, most important areas of our entire train network. How much coal are you carrying? You're carrying 0 coal? Right. That's a little bit of a problem. We don't actually have any coal production at the moment, but that's entirely due to the fact that we're not able to supply any workers. That's on me, honestly. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. How have we got a system of blockages here? Okay, clearly this train network was not designed with too many trains in mind. First of all, let's get another train over there. Get another train over there. Okay, you can come through here. It is working, it's just working very, very slowly. There we go. That works. To be honest, we should probably dual this bridge. I've not been talking about doing it for ages, but it is actually something that I do want to do. Can I... Yeah, parallel to the bridge. There we go. 130,000 rubles. That will just greatly speed things up. This bridge is becoming a real sort of sticking point. There we go. Crossing is not allowed. What I should probably do is remove this bit of track before we place that bit of track. Beautiful. Okay, so it's going to take a little bit of time for this bridge to be built, but it shouldn't take too long in the grand scheme of things. That train system is that way, so that goes there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that should greatly speed things up, actually. It says you're lost. How are you lost? You should not be lost. Oh no, you're on the wrong... Okay, go to there. Go to that train platform and then just come back. Are you heading... Oh, these guys were all... Go to the... How? How did this work? How did I introduce a brand new bridge and suddenly it's made everyone confused? I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. All I did was duel a bridge, which I said I was going to be dueling for a long time. Okay, this train has found itself. It's going to the Potatograd train station 2, which is great. And then it can go back to Oilgrad, which is wonderful. You need to go to Potato Traingrad Station 2 as well. Then you can find yourself. And you go to that stop as well. Okay, great. Alright. It took a little bit of time, but I think that everyone will get there eventually. Well done, everyone. Well done, everyone. Can I introduce signals on the bridge? That doesn't look like a possibility, but... There we go. Okay. So the bridges are still a little bit of a choke point, as technically only one train can go across the bridge at any one point, which sort of incentivizes it sort of incentivizes shorter bridges, I guess. But that's a problem for a future potato, as a lot of problems these days tend to be. Funny that, eh? Very, very funny that. Okay. Great. So once the sort of little kinks have worked themselves out of this system, we should be grand. There won't really be any issues here, I don't think. It's a little bit annoying how our oil production has slowed down a touch. But our oil production has actually been, well, consistently fantastic throughout the course of most of this game, to be honest. We've never really risen above 400,000 or 500,000 rubles in the bank. However, that's not a problem. Not super worried about that. Good, 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 good. As I say, once all of these trains have filtered through, the problem should stop. Okay, speaking of other problems that we need to fix or deal with, I guess, we do actually need to try and... Okay, actually, here's what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that name, and then I'm going to place it somewhere that's a little bit less intrusive, because clicking on the railway station is going to be a pain. Meatgrad. Beautiful. We're going to place down some fields because we're going to need some crop fields in order to feed the cattle. Where are we going to do it? Out here? To be honest, yes. Don't want to put anything over here because this area is actually, believe it or not, quite high value real estate because it's right next to the train station. I say believe it or not like I would expect you not to believe it. However, I know you guys believe it. Okay, I should probably place the road down here first. Mud road is absolutely a-okay for what we require of it. There we go. Just keep it coming. Mud road all the way down. I'm just using medium fields here because... I mean, I don't actually know why. But medium fields seem like the better choice of field. Let's see if we can try and do something like that. Hopefully we'll be able to run a road down that section. Any space for another field or two over here? Yeah. Another field over there. Perfect. Doesn't look like this area is particularly conducive to fields, but hey ho, maybe a small field or two. There we go. Looking very, very good indeed. Now, what we want to do is we want to get some mechanisms set up straight away. 4 tractors. Boom. Right away. We'll get those guys harvesting. Already, we're 26% of the way through sowing that. Oh, look, the workers are doing it without the aid of a tractor. Well, that's kind of nice. Presumably because the workers don't actually have anything to do at the meat factory because the power hasn't actually arrived there yet. There we go. There we go. Right, this is going to be a problem. I can already tell this is going to be a problem. It's going to work, though. I know it's going to work. Beautiful. Okay, some more fields down this way. Man, mud fields are so good. We don't want to stray too close to Universigrad, I don't think. I want to keep them as sort of separate areas entirely. Will that work? Looks good to me. Looks good. A little bit hilly out here, but that's fine. There we go. Maybe a medium field. One last medium field out here. There we go. Beautiful. That's looking real good. That is looking real, real good. What do you know? The tractors are being dispatched. which is wonderful. The workers are already coming in thick and fast to the factories, even though they don't actually need to do anything yet. Has that changed our unemployed status of workers? That has indeed. It's brought it down by about 1,500 over the course of this episode. So that's quite nice. There is no power supply over here. I am aware of that. Is there a power station nearby? There is a power station over here. Is that fully at full capacity? It's not at full capacity yet. That's actually really ideal. Let's bring that around there. I should really be doing this in paused mode. But I'm a rebel like that. Okay. We just bring that out. Bring that out here. Perfect. And we'll put an electric substation right in the middle here, really. Yep. Perfect. Out there like that. Connected over. Perfect. And with that, we should have as much power as we really need over here. I don't believe that we really need many trucks to do... much power to do much stuff over here, but hey-ho. There we go. Alright, as many trucks as we need, as many harvesters as we need. I know we've got a slightly different arrangement with harvesters at the other agro farms, but, you know, this is sort of like a mini grain grad. It's like half a grain grad. Grain grad is going to grow to be truly massive. And speaking of, actually, I think... Yes, look, we're doing some grain transportation. 9.5 tons of grain. That's pretty darn good going if I do say so myself. Not transporting a huge amount of grain quite yet, but you know, that's 2 trucks. 2 trucks worth of grain, which is going to again supplement our distillery production, and also just our regular food production as well. It's all going into the same tank. Oh no. How is this physically possible? I genuinely do not understand how situations like this can arise. This is just... I mean, it's just incredible. Every time, every episode, there seems to be a different issue. Is this a chain signal here already? It should be a chain signal there. Right, go meet grad. Go meet grad. Go to meet grad. Turn around. There you go. Okay, will that alleviate the problem for now? No, 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 you were supposed to go to the other the other direction. Now you're just hopelessly lost. Okay, I mean you can you can turn around. See if that makes a difference. Okay, go to Potato Grad train station. Okay. Let me try bring the signals just a smidgen closer to the train station. Will that make any difference? No, I can't actually place a signal there. Of course I can't place a signal there, so that doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so the fact that there wasn't a chain signal here really messed with us, apparently. It's all about the kinks in the system, right? All about the kinks in the system, but apparently the train is not able to get down this way. Oh, come on. Right, I think if I remove that signal, they'll just sort of like deal with it. Yeah, so you'll... Okay, turning you around. Okay, all of the workers are just gonna unload themselves. Okay, come on. Yeah, they're gonna start melting through each other, which is great. That's exactly what I want, actually. All right, there we go. Now that situation is entirely fixed. We should never have to deal with that again. I don't believe. We now have a chain signal properly stuck right there, which is great. And look at that, it's turning blue. Presumably that means a conditional entry is allowed. Perfect. Right. Great. Great. Good job, everyone. Good job. Very, very good job. Gates are closed. Gates are closed. Gates are open. 10 tons of crops arriving. 9.5. 9.5. Oh, this is so exciting. These are all grain-grad trucks. How glorious. How wonderfully glorious. And all of them should just unload all of their resources into here, which is fantastic. Oh, that's wonderful. It works. The whole thing works. Man, it's just so nice to see that actually working. We should be making a little bit of food, right? Ah, it's being loaded directly into the truck. That's fine. We've only got 18 workers or so, so no big deal there. And I presume that a couple of these buses have been delayed. Yeah, a couple of buses to the distillery have been delayed by the fact that we've had so many train issues. I mean, first of all, the trains didn't want to go across the bridge. Well, first, they actually didn't want to cross the points. Then they didn't want to go across the bridge. But now everything seems sorted. We're growing a whole bunch of stuff in Meatgrad fields now, which is wonderful. They're all connected up with roads as well, with the proper mud roads, which is great. So we just really need to wait until all of these fields are producing resources, and then that's going to feed into the livestock farms. It's a good thing that we didn't actually need the livestock to be done super quickly. But once we do get the livestock, I think that it's probably worth us just transporting the resources directly. In fact, we don't even have a road. We do not even have a road from Oilgrad, Universigrad, or Meatgrad to the city, to Potatograd. So we're gonna have to build a brand new meat highway. We can call it Meatloaf's Highway, because it's like did he sing Highway to Hell, or was that AC/DC? I'd like a fact check on that one, please. If so, I might have just made a embarrassing reference, but it doesn't, it doesn't matter. Let's just leave it there. Anyway, we got a couple too many trucks over here. In fact, we don't need any trucks. Right. Can I copy the orders onto some other trucks? Will that work? Will you go to your depot? No. Looks like we need to do this manually. Because we don't actually need any of these trucks. They don't need to be transporting coal. We've got a train to do it for us, guys. We've got a train to do it for us, and it's totally fine. Wowzers! Holy cow! I can't believe it. I feel like I really am getting much better at identifying exactly what we want to do in the course of an episode and just delivering on it. Like, this whole system is working absolutely wonderfully now. All we really need to do is wait. And wait we shall, but wait we shall between the episodes. Ladies and gents, thank you very, very much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, has been Over to Potato. This is Meatgrad. I'll see you next time. Bye.